watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 at Ace Country Radio and streaming at kpvm.tv and now on Roku on this Tuesday, April 9th. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo in for Unette. She has the night off. Early this morning, a single vehicle accident occurred between an SUV and a light pole. Samantha Roberts has the story.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
On Tuesday, April 9th, at approximately 8:40 in the morning, a single vehicle accident occurred near the roundabout on Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard. According to witnesses at the scene, a gray Buick SUV exited the roundabout heading east on Highway 372 and lost control of the vehicle, hitting a light pole which was located in front of Drew's Tire Shop. The vehicle sustained major damage from the collision. The driver of the vehicle was treated at the scene for minor injuries. The Nye County Sheriff's Office, Highway Patrol, as well as Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were on scene. Traffic was being diverted around the crash site during the investigation and cleanup.
And Monday evening, a fatal head-on collision occurred in North Las Vegas, leaving 1 woman deceased and 3 injured. Samantha Roberts has the details.
At approximately 6 p.m. on Monday, April 8th, a head-on collision occurred in North Las Vegas, killing 1 person and leaving 3 injured. According to traffic investigators, the collision happened on Camino El Norte, just south of Lone Mountain Road. A Honda Civic allegedly crossed onto the wrong side of the roadway, crashing head-on into a Kia Forte. The woman driving the Honda was pronounced dead at the scene. The occupants of the Kia were transported to UMC Trauma Center. As of today, 2 of the 3 injured were listed in critical condition, while the 3rd had non-life-threatening injuries. According to police, they do not know why the driver of the Honda crossed into oncoming traffic, but they do not believe impairment or speed played a role. The identities in the crash have not been released at this time.
More news now. A young couple has been arrested in Las Vegas for allegedly beating their infant children, resulting in a broken leg. News 25 has more on this horrific case.
2 parents accused of beating their 2 children were arrested on April 1st and booked into the Clark County Detention Center. Las Vegas Metro arrested Kyla Love and Adrian Melcher, both age 21. According to the report, on March 31st, the couple brought 2 children ages 3 and 1 to the hospital, with the older child suffering from a broken leg. According to documents, both children were extremely malnourished and underweight and were covered in bruises. Once the medical staff observed and treated the children, they had discovered that both children had suffered abusive torment at the hands of their parents. Police wrote in court documents stating that the injuries to both children were violent and traumatic, and painted a picture of abuse the children had suffered their entire lives. According to police, both parents confessed to causing the injuries and took responsibility for the abuse. Kyla Love allegedly told police that physical discipline began early in the children's lives, and she started with smacking hands and feet, which led to pops to their mouth. Last year, the parents allegedly began using clothes hangers and phone charging cables. According to Love, the strikes were necessary to make the infants behave, which started with light strikes to the arms and legs, but led to harder strikes which left marks and welts on their bodies. According to documents, Kayla stated the physical abuse to both children occurs on a near daily basis for the past year, and she blamed the Bible as their inspiration for using this extreme force of discipline for her infant children. The document states that on the day the parents brought the 2 children to the hospital, Love explained she knew the 3-year-old child's leg was broken, and she and Melcher made a homemade splint. According to police, Love told them they did not take the child to the hospital right away because they, quote, knew they would get in trouble. Then they went to a convenience store to buy makeup to cover the child's bruises. The process took 7 hours, according to Love, before they went to an urgent care facility. On their way to urgent care, Love and Melcher reportedly came up with the story that the child had injured themselves at Sunset Park, police said. At urgent care, staff informed the couple the child would have to be treated at Sunrise Hospital. Once at Sunrise Hospital, Kyla knew they would be in trouble and stated she was ready to accept responsibility for her mistreatment of her infant children. Both Love and Melcher are currently facing 10 felony charges, which include child abuse or neglect and child abuse or neglect resulting in substantial bodily harm. Their bail was set at $80,000 each, and they're scheduled to appear for their preliminary hearing on April 14th.
Now, here's a terrific story. First responders collect 197 units of blood in its annual Battle of the Badges.
The American Red Cross of Southern Nevada invited first responders to kick off the 3rd annual Battle of the Badges blood drive at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police faced Las Vegas Fire and Rescue and Clark County Fire to see who could bring in the most blood donations. The friendly competition left the firefighters to take home the trophy after edging out police officers in the blood donors vote. Organizers say the entire community emerged as the ultimate winner with 197 units of blood collected in a single day. Interested donors can contribute to the mission at an upcoming blood drive. To schedule a blood donation, visit redcrossblood.org.
More news now. A new study has found that Nevadans have some of the cleanest homes in the country.
A new study has found that Nevadans have some of the cleanest homes around the country. According to the analysis done by home cleaning service HomeAglow, Nevadans spend 234 hours per year cleaning their homes, which is tied with Wisconsin for 5th most in the U.S. Compared to the national average, Nevadans spend 26 hours more time cleaning their homes. The data also found that women in Nevada spend 320 hours per year doing housework, while men in the state do just 124 hours. A typical adult in the U.S. was found to have spent an average of 34 minutes per day doing housework, amounting to 208.1 hours throughout the year. HomeAglow experts examined how long adults are spending on keeping their homes clean, how much this time would be worth based on the average hourly wage, and how the time spent on housework differs between men and women to come up with their stats. Other states that ranked in the top 5 include Alaska, Rhode Island, Idaho, and Delaware. For the full report, visit www.homeaglow.com.
More news in a bit. Our roving reporter Maria takes us down to Fremont Street. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Your net has the night off. Las Vegas is one of the most unique cities across the world. Our roving Las Vegas correspondent, Maria Centers, now joins us with the latest in entertainment from downtown.
The Fremont Street Experience prides itself on being the free premier music venue here in Las Vegas. Packed with 3 stages of top talent and the world's largest LED canopy screen, this Sin City hotspot is truly one of a kind. Ladies, you're so beautiful. We're here at Fremont Street. Tell us about your job and what it's like working at this huge entertainment venue.
We just take really cute pictures in these beautiful feathers. We love coming down here, meeting all these wonderful people. We love being with each other, you know, just giving everyone a good time, their first time, maybe a couple other new times in Vegas.
The Fremont Street Experience hosts an array of unique fun, including the Zipzilla zip line, which zooms over some of the city's most legendary casinos dating back to 1906.
We have like a lot of security. There's a lot of like metro out here too. So we feel pretty safe for the most part, and we don't really have encounters that we like feel like we're threatened. So yeah, a lot of people respect the showgirls and they know why we're here. So they don't like overdo it.
Electrifying Fremont Street offers rotating live entertainment every single night of the week, beginning at 6 p.m. What's your work schedule like?
It really depends on the day. I do have another job, so maybe sometimes like 2 hours, sometimes I can do 4 to 6. It just depends.
And us Las Vegas locals, we really look out for each other, don't we?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
I feel like you just have to have a lot of patience with people, you know? They come here looking for a good time, they're trying to party, and a lot of people don't have boundaries, so you just have to have a lot of patience.
Harley's Angels right here at the Fremont Street Experience. Reporting right here from downtown Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers with Southern Nevada News Network.
Thank you very much, Maria. And to learn more about what the Fremont Street Experience has to offer, check out www.vegasexperience.com. And 2 canines with the Clark County School District are back to fighting crime following a scary incident last week.
2 canines with the Clark County School District are back on the job following a scary incident last week. According to the district, Ace and Peppermint were back on duty Monday morning after spending the weekend at home relaxing. The pups were helping another law enforcement agency execute a search warrant on Wednesday when they were exposed to a mix of illegal drugs. Both dogs spent the night in the hospital and were later released Thursday morning when they began to rest and recover at home. Further details regarding the search warrant incident were not released by authorities.
Valley Electric shares some quick energy tips that can help curb some common myths about your energy bill.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Misconceptions about energy use are hiding around every corner of your home, and they can take a toll on your utility bills. Don't be fooled by these common energy myths. Myth: the higher the thermostat setting, the faster your home will heat. You may think that walking into a chilly room and raising the thermostat to 85 degrees will make the room warm up quickly. Not true. Thermostats direct a home's HVAC system to heat or cool to a certain temperature. Drastically adjusting the thermostat won't make a difference in how quickly you feel warmer. The same is true for cooling. The Department of Energy recommends setting your thermostat to 78 degrees during summer months and 68 degrees during winter months. Myth: opening the oven door to check on a dish doesn't really waste energy. Truth: while it can be tempting to check the progress of that dish you're cooking in the oven, opening the oven door wastes energy. Every time the door is opened, the temperature inside the oven is reduced by as much as 25 degrees, delaying the progress of your dish and, more importantly, costing you additional money. Try using the oven light instead. Myth: ceiling fans keep your home cool while you're away. Truth: ceiling fans cool people, not rooms. Ceiling fans circulate room air but do not change the temperature. A running ceiling fan in an empty room is only adding to your electricity cost. Turn fans off when you're away and reduce your energy use. Myth: reducing my energy use is too expensive. Many consumers believe that reducing energy use requires expensive upfront costs, like purchasing new, more efficient appliances or construction upgrades to an older home. But the truth is, consumers who make small changes to their efficiency habits, like turning off lights when not in use, sealing air leaks, and using a programmable thermostat, can see a reduction in energy consumption. Remember, energy efficiency doesn't have to be difficult. Focus small to save big. To learn more about ways to save energy, talk to your local electric co-op.
In sports, the Vegas Golden Knights had a rough one last night on the hunt and the playoff trail. It's going to be kind of dicey. Mikey Ruhan has your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at kpvm.tv and now on Roku. Golden Knights in the hunt for a playoff spot didn't help themselves last night, losing to the Canucks 4-3. Next up for them, they play the Oilers in Edmonton tomorrow. Las Vegas Aviators, they welcome the Salt Lake Bees this evening. The Bishop Gorman Gaels varsity baseball team will take on Faith Lutheran at the Las Vegas ballpark for a game on Thursday, April 18th. First pitch is slated for 2:30 p.m. This Friday. April 12th, Professional Fighters League will take over the Virgin Hotel for a massive mixed martial card featuring some of the toughest light and light heavyweights. Now here's a sport I can get behind. Dom DeMarco's in Summerlin announced it will host a pizza eating contest. There will be 5 qualifying rounds. The first one, April 13th. Anyone who enters gets a hat and a t-shirt. Pahrump Valley Trojans varsity baseball are on the road. They're taking on Slam Academy. That game is in progress. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. I've been known to enjoy some pizza. And coming up, weather and the 19th annual Celebration of Life. We're going to let some butterflies go. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. It's Chris in for Yannette. In the 19th annual Celebration of Life, live butterfly release is set for Sunday, April 14th at the Calvada Eye.
The 19th annual Celebration of Life live butterfly release is set for Sunday, April 14th at the Calvada Eye. The service will begin at 2 p.m. Due to the sensitive nature of the creatures, all butterflies will be released promptly at 2:30 p.m., intended to bring comfort to those who have lost someone close to them. The butterfly release will offer area residents the chance to gather with others who have experienced such loss and commemorate the lives of those who are no longer here. This will mark the 19th year of the event, and anyone who wants to honor the memory of a loved one is invited to attend. The deadline to purchase a butterfly box has passed, but all are welcome to join in the event, regardless of whether or not their loved one was a patient of Nathan Adelson, or if they have a butterfly reserved. For more information on Nathan Adelson Hospice, visit nah.org or call 702-733-0320.
And if you've ever woken up in a panic from a nightmare, you're not alone. They can be pretty common, but why exactly do these frightening dreams happen?
Stress, anxiety, whether that's due to things you have going on in your life that represent more of a stressor or a challenge, things like a move, a change in a job, or loss of a loved one, things like that. All of these kind of unresolved problems that we experience during the day can definitely kind of cross over into our nightmare activity.
Dr. Elena Tien is a sleep psychologist for Cleveland Clinic. She says nightmares could also be influenced by watching a scary movie, seeing something upsetting on the news, or having a difficult conversation before bed. Individuals who experience post-traumatic stress disorder may experience nightmares as well. Alcohol, caffeine, and side effects of certain medications can play a role too. Dr. Tien says while you cannot always control if you have a nightmare, there are some things you can do to potentially help. For example, focusing on stress management and being mindful of the content you are consuming.
That's true for probably both adults and kiddos, that media exposure, the things that we might read or the videos we might watch, just being mindful of the content, because anything stressful or overwhelming could set us up to potentially, they may not cause nightmares, but may heighten the risk that those themes or feelings could be present in our dreams.
Furthermore, Dr. Tiani says if your nightmares are frequent, recurrent, and impact your quality of life, it's best to consult with a medical provider or mental health professional. There are different treatment options available. And Soroptimist International Pahrump Valley will be hosting its 4th annual Women's Expo later this month. Mikey Rohan reports.
Soroptimist International Pahrump Valley will be hosting its 4th annual Women's Expo this month and there is still time for area businesses and organizations to sign up to participate. The Women's Expo will also offer educational opportunities with attendees invited to join in an assortment of 30-minute classroom sessions focusing on topics such as insurance, health, legal matters, and more, presented by experts in those fields. The Women's Expo will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th at the Nye Communities Coalition Activity Center, 1020 East Wilson Road. For more information or to sign up as a vendor, call event chair Paula Elefante at 775-209-3444 or email kakelady430@gmail.com.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it's the Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam taking us down to Ash Meadows. The wildflowers are blooming. Mount Charleston in the background. We've got a beautiful warm-up coming up. Forecast in a bit.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. I am Rory Rosell here from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming everywhere at kpvm.tv. And now Roku. Taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley is at 67 degrees, Fallon and Carson City are both at 66 degrees, Tonopah is at 63 degrees, Goldfield at 64, Beatty at 74, Amargosa is at 77, Las Vegas at 73, and Death Valley is at 86 degrees. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 74 degrees. The high just a little while ago was 75 degrees. Humidity 11% with sunny skies. The sun rose this morning at 6:18 a.m. and set at 7:13 p.m. The low tonight is going to be 49 degrees and the humidity rose up to 30%. Looking at clear skies for the rest of the week. Oh, here is the rest of the week. We're going to be looking at sunny skies up until Friday when the wind happens on Friday and Saturday. Partly cloudy skies into next week with a little bit of low temperatures, though we are seeing the first week of 80s this week. Until Saturday when it goes back down into the 70s, Sunday when it goes to the 60s, and back up into the 70s next week. I hope everybody is enjoying our first week of 80s because this weekend there's also going to be 80s. Even though it's not actually 80 degrees, we're going to have our 80s themed Hope Run this Saturday at the Betty Loop at 8 in the morning. There is still time to register. Just call up NYCC. If you don't know what that is, that's Nye Communities Coalition. All right, now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Miss Roselle. Looking bright, just like the forecast. Can't shake that wind, but it looks pretty good. That'll do it for us tonight. News 25, I'm Chris Palermo in for Yunette Gentry tonight. Make it a great night.